morning, everybody. I toast to you and all you do. I hope you're having a fantastic day. So, I made this video yesterday, but it was so cold outside. It's like 20 degrees, and my phone was low battery, so it decided that it was going to go to sleep right at the end of the video. So I was like, oh no. Well, those are not the words that I used. So then I thought about just posting it because it was almost to the end of it. Just didn't have like an exit part of the video or like a conclusion part. But then I watched the video and I had some choice words to say to my phone as it died. It was still recording. I was like, well, can't post that video. Like, little disclaimer, don't watch it to the end. I know, I'm just kidding. It wasn't that bad, but it definitely wasn't YouTube friendly. So I definitely had to remake the video. Anyway, so we have the full moon coming up. It will be a full moon in Libra. It is on late Friday night, early Saturday morning, late 15th, early 16th. I believe, I want to say that's right. Maybe this has the time. Oh, it does. 2:56 p.m. Oh, no, so it is all the way on the 16th. So it's on the 16th. Somewhere I saw that it was on Friday. I don't know. Anyways, maybe it was Australia. They're on a different time day than we are. So we have the full moon in Libra coming up. And Libra is an energy of like harmonious balance. Libra teaches us to keep things on an even keel. Kind of see things from this higher perspective and be able to be like, okay, here are my options and what do I need to do in order to, create this harmonious balance in my life. It has a lot to do with like interacting with the community and other people. It has to do with like the legal system and stuff like that. Justice, government kind of things. Just because it's about this balance. It's about the balance between inner and outer, upper and lower, government and the people, your authority versus outer authority, all of these different the different hats that you wear, like work, fun, spirituality, the different parts of your holistic health, so your emotional, social, all of those kind of things. And it helps to like create this soothing energy of balance. I was just thinking, I was glad I brought my coat out because it was hot inside. So I was like, I don't even need my sweatshirt. And then I came out here and I'm kind of cold now. It's not as cold as it was yesterday, thank God. All right, so the moon in Libra, it's a masculine energy. It also has to do with matters of self-exploration, understanding yourself better, knowledge, wisdom, like this deeper learning, and again, to bring about this harmonious balance. And you need to learn and grow and do different things in order to find that balance in yourself. So it really encourages that energy. It also encourages creativity because, again, it highlights all of these different, like, oh, look at all these things that you could put on your scales. And how is it going to better your scales? Because Libra is the scales. So you got to kind of use that visualization to think about it when you're making these choices. How do I want to balance out things in my life? And this full moon in Libra comes opposite to Aries. It always does. If you follow the full moons through the year, you'll begin to see this pattern. And it because we are in this circular pattern with the earth, even at a universal level, it just spins in bigger circles. But we are in these cycles. And so you'll see the moons go through with the zodiac signs. And so we have the sun in Aries, which is very much about your inner authority and taking power and one and energy, steadfast, go, and do it. And Libra, on the other hand, is let's find the balance of the community and all and the greater good. That's a good way to say it. It's a greater good. And so together, they again create this amazing balance. And so this is a really great time to tap into your own inner balance, your balance within the community, your balance in your family and yourself and your life and all of these different things. my paper's trying to blow away. And really find that harmony in your own life. And what it, this full moon is a great time to highlight, like, what is it that I need in order to find this harmony? So meditating, divination, divine communication, all of these different ways to communicate with the spirits or your spirit guides or whoever it may be, and kind of get that information to help you find that balance, that harmony, inner peace. So I went to astrologycafe.com. If you're not aware of this website, it's amazing. They have a bunch of amazing information. They have all of the solar natal charts, moon charts, planetary charts. It's a great resource. So it's astrologycafe.com. And since when I draw out the moon circles, the natal chart, it's not really amazing. It's like, this time we need to do this right, because there is an amazing energy that you see. So if you can see, there is the moon chart, and you see the moon over here, and then all of the other planets. And if you look at the angular marks, let's see if we can get in closer. Maybe it'll focus, maybe not. You can kind of see it, but it makes an arrow, and it's very much another one of these times when the moon is really highlighting all of this forward momentum of all of the planets as they go. And we do have Pluto is slowly coming stationary, and it'll be a change in directions on the 29th. So since it's such a slow moving planet, you will start to feel that slow down, but it's still going direct. So we have all of the planets going direct. The moon is highlighting this energy, and really, like, it's like it's like, let's balance out all of this energy so that you can have this great productive start to this year, so that we can be, successful in our goals, and we can achieve all of the things that we need to do. You can grow and learn and develop, and we can do this individually and societally and community and in your family and at all the different levels. And so the moon is really like, everybody look at what you can do to balance out all this energy. And so I imagine you have vivid dreams. You're just, maybe that little click of insight will pop. So if you feel like I had that dong, listen to that. Getting all these ideas right now, I had to make a checklist, and I really don't like lists. So it's like, dang, I gotta make a list. There's too much stuff in my brain. Anyways, so we have a couple cool things going astrologically to influence this lunar energy that, again, really point out finding this balance between your inner authority and who you are and who you want to be, and the things that you need to do in order to be successful in achieving these goals of spiritual enlightenment, greater growth. It doesn't necessarily have to be to this enlightened moment, but it is in that direction. So wherever you're at on that path, this is really a time of making that grand change in order to be the person that you want to be, and all of the things that come along with that. So one of the things that's pretty important right now is that the sun and Eris are conjunct. And so Eris, the goddess of chaos, which, as I was thinking about this just a moment ago, I really have to put out the reminder that with a lot of words and ideas and ideology that we have with words, sometimes you have to let go of our modern connotations that come with the word. So when we talk about chaos, most people, the societal norm is to see this tornado. You think about that ride at the fairs. It spins in crazy circles as it's spinning in a circle and moving up and down. And that's what we think of when we think of chaos. However, that's not the energy that Eris brings to the table. When she comes to the table, she says, here is the problem. That golden apple, she slaps it on the table and says, this is the problem. And the people in charge are not doing what needs to be done. And therefore, the people, the independent person, the energy it's going to step up, and it's going to It's going to cause a ripple. It's going to cause an energy to change, but it's in the noble. It's like a noble change, a good change. This needs to happen. It is out of chaos in which all life was created. If we go back to the beginning and the Big Bang Theory and the creation of the universe and all of these things that, this was a moment of like, I mean, can you imagine? Think about, we wouldn't have the moon if another planet or large comet didn't hit the Earth and cause it to liquefy, liquid Earth. And then as things condensed and cooled back down, we came back as a planet and a moon and not just a planet. And that chaos created what allowed Earth to form on this planet, what enables our atmosphere and our life to exist here. Without the moon, there would be no life on this planet. It's amazing research. I love it. Anyways, it's just like the mother of creation is the moon and that energy. And even before we had the modern science, I mean, this is science that just came out recently over the last 5 years that we've been really coming to these conclusions of this is how the moon was formed. And our ancestors knew that this lunar energy was this maternal life-giving energy. Amazing. Anyways, total random tangent for this video. Yesterday's were fun too, but we'll see what else happens today. So, with Eris being conjunct to the sun in Aries, they're both in Aries, and they have this very get her done energy. Don't look back. Don't second guess yourself. Don't stop. Just smell the flowers and tie your shoe and check everything. Go. The lesson of Aries is just that. When you stop to look back, you fall off. And there are moments in our life when we just need to move forward. And Eris is coming in here and she is saying, it's time to move forward. With whatever in your life is needing to change, is needing to grow, is needing to be questioned, question it. Find those answers and move forward. Don't look back. Don't second guess yourself. Your intuition is telling you, and with that energy right now, we also have a grand T-square between the moon, the sun and Eris, and then Pluto. And Pluto is in Capricorn right now. And so with Pluto in Capricorn is like, we have to fix the problem. We will fix the problem. We'll fix the problem. We will have the information. We will get the supplies. We will do the things we need to do, and we're going to fix the problem. And Pluto is like, here's the problem, and here's all those dirty little secrets that come along with it. So it's very much an energy of, I can now put my finger on it. Before you were like, oh, it's at the tip of my tongue and I just don't know what it is, or I have this inkling suspicion and I can't figure it out. Well, Pluto and Capricorn are bringing all that stuff to the surface. And in this T-square, they are really highlighting this questioning of power, authority, of, you're set in these ways. Why? Maybe it's time to change those ways, whatever it may be. And it's easy to look at this at a grand level, all the secrets about the government are going to come out. I mean, we're going to see some of that. Hopefully, the news will let those things come out. We'll see this information come to light. There will be, it's just that time. There's enough dirty secrets in the government that I feel like any time Pluto and Capricorn come together, it's just like deluge of nasty secrets from governments around the world. It's not but it's not just at that level. It comes all the way down to your internal level, and who is your authority, and what are you choosing, and why are you choosing those ways? Do you have these bad habits you need to let go of? Why do you do this? In relationships, it can also, if you have suspicions, if you have inklings, if there are things you're like, my partner is maybe not being so honest, this is the time when that information is going to come to light. In your friendships, your relationships, your coworkers, your boss, all of these situations, it really is this shining golden apple of truth that is being put in front of you, and that information is available. So if there's something that you need to know, if there's a secret you're wanting, if there's a higher perspective, cause for justice, almost, I mean, that sounds like a really big thing, but if you think about that even on the smallest scale, like whatever it may be, you can call to this intuitive energy that's really present right now. And Libra is like, I'm going to lay it all out on the table so that you can really see where the harmony and disharmony are so that you can fix these problems. A lot of times we want to say this energy is harsh from, the planets or the zodiac or all what's going on. And we want to say, oh, that's really harsh energy. But it's never harsh, like out of a malicious intent. It's sometimes overtly honest in a way that's not sugar-coated and said nicely, and they hold your hand and they're like, and by the way, because if the information is coming to you, then it's something that you need to know. And in our modern, like, I'm not saying this in a bad way. It's probably better. It is better this way, but we have become much more sensitive than our ancestors. So especially if you're dealing with ancestors, sometimes I feel like my ancestors and my spirit guides, like my earth spirit guides, energies that walk the earth, are callously honest, because they remind me regularly that it is so easy to live in these modern times. You don't have to dig a hole to go to the bathroom. You don't have to go hunt for berries. You don't, sorry, visions of picking raspberries in the thorny bushes, and that, now we just go to the grocery store and buy a little $4 thing of raspberries. Like, I got some raspberries. But the grand trade-off with that is that we are not in touch with those energies. We are kind of sensitized to this blunt energy. And the divine energy, the universal energy, the grand energy has seen a thing or two and has a lot of people to guide and doesn't have the time to waste to hold your hand all the time and say, hey, by the way, give me a hug, and now I'm going to tell you that if you do it this way, it'll work out better. That's not how it works. They just say, this is the problem. Don't do that again. Bam. So with Pluto in Capricorn and in this Grand T square, where that energy is like super present right now. And so you can turn a blind eye to it. You can be like, well, I don't really want to tap in with this energy. But if you have a question, if there's something that you want to know, this is the time to ask it. And the energy, the divine energy, the universal energy will provide you with an answer, whether it's the answer you wanted or not. Let's see, we also have something interesting happening with Pluto, because Pluto is trine with the North Node in Taurus. And so Pluto, being this watery, self-power, indulgent, dark, deep-rooted energy, being trine with this new life, earth, growing, blossoming energy really highlights this ability to honor yourself in order to grow into this new thing. So even though we have this T squared and it says, hey, here is the secrets that you need to know and understand, it comes in with the North Node behind it saying, like, it's okay though. See, there is some nice energy out there. The North Node says, it's okay. New life is coming. New chances are coming. Here is this beautiful new energy. Taurus is like blossoming forth with it. So it's saying, step into your inner power and really create this new thing that you want. Now you see, now you do. See? And it also is asking us, like, all together, these combined energies is asking you, do you use your power well? And Libra, the Libra moon really highlights this, like holding the scales, like, do you use this energy, your energy well, your power well? Are you using it in a way that is helping you be a better person and also helping the community? Libra really reminds us that when we are considering our scales of like, okay, here's all of the things that I need to do for me, we can't let it go like this, because then we end up with this, unbalanced perception, reality, life, all of these things, where your focus is on you and your energy. But we as a species, as an energy, as a collective conscious, are a collective conscious. We are all together. And, we are a communal people. You need other people around you. I've talked to people who are like, oh, I am antisocial or asocial, or all of the different ways that they want to say it. I'm a introvert, all of these different things. Yes, but at the end of the day, when push comes to shove, you still need a hug every once in a while. You still need to talk to somebody every once in a while. Even the hermit comes out of its shell, its cave, its place, in order to come and share its wisdom, to find a bigger home, to I'm just thinking about the hermit crab. But it comes out of the shell. You come out to be around other people, and then even if you retreat to your own space, we are always in need of these other energies. And so, maybe when we think about the hermit, we think, oh, they're very much doing all of these things for themselves. They stay alone. They don't do, but then when they come out into the community, they provide this really grand wealth, and they provide a lot for the community. Or maybe when you go to these people for being a healer or a seer or a helper or an empath or whatever, they're providing this great service, and therefore it does balance this out and create this even keel. We see this in politicians. They worry more about their pocket and less about the community that they're supporting. And we have the problems that we have in governments all around the world, powers all around the world, because it's really easy to start to focus on this one energy. And it's not healthy for your psycho, everything, your emotional, social, environmental, all of these things that are important to your overall well-being, and being a healthy, successful, stress-free individual require this interaction, and for you to find this balance. And Libra really highlights that and says, hey, what are you doing for the community? What are you doing for yourself? But then it reminds us that when we do better by ourselves, and we make the better choices to be the better person, to be healthy and happy and successful, and share that gratitude and that that self with the world, it makes the scale easier to balance, because you are coming from a better place of health. And I was about to say retroactively, but it's not. It's actively changes society as a whole. If every single person got to the point where they were living in this balanced, holistic, balanced homeostasis of self, they would provide a better person to interact with in the community. They provide a better energy to the collective conscious. Which, in that case of that hermit, even though the hermit isn't always coming out, they are still connected to the collective conscious. They are still providing that energy, that wisdom, that knowledge, and now with the ways of the internet, hermits can be very interactive with people. They just don't do it face to face. But as we become that better person, we can offer that to the community, and we offer that energy to the community, and we are able to then ripple out that energy. And if every single person was doing that, and then that energy was rippling out, we would have these beautiful golden array of ripples through the collective conscious, and everybody's energy would be uplifted. And that's an amazing thing. And Libra, standing solo, true one, as a solo individual holding these scales, is a reminder of just that. If you step forward with the best intentions of self and community, then you will create a better community, you'll create a better life, you will be of a higher place of existence. Starting to shiver. So, see if I got everything. Jupiter and Neptune are conjunct right now, which is like heart linking and expanding. So that's this great love, this higher conscious, this change, this flow of energy that's really expanding. And so I feel like that is in collusion with this North Node in Taurus, really bringing about this like loving energy to come around after all of this fix the problem. So the moon is calling on society to find balance and harmony and justice. And in order for society to do that, we have to do that as individuals. And like I said, that kind of, you have to, if we are a better person to provide for the community, for ourselves, then we become a better energy to provide for the community in a collective conscious all together now thing. I do have a spell that I want to share because it's a lot of fun to do this time of year. And with the Libra energy and this balance and divination and this kind of energy that's going on right now, it really kind of lends itself to that. Plus, it's a really youthful spell for those of us who aren't as young. I know I look pretty young, but 40 is right there. So, it's just funny because everywhere I go, even my kids, they're like, oh, your kids look so young. It's just a genetic thing. We're very youthful looking. And especially at like karate and places like that. If I looked like I was 40, I don't think that they would be so, they're like younger kids are like, you could punch me. Like, we're supposed to hit each other. I'm like, I'm just not that violent. That's not why I came here. I come here to exercise and hang out and learn Kempo and do the thing. I don't come here to punch people or to get punched in the face. Like, I'm too old for that. He's like trying to give me advice on how not to hurt my mouth when I get punched in the face. And I just wanted to, I couldn't even help myself because I have dentures. So I was like, well, I don't have any teeth. It's like, I don't even know how that would go down. I'd have to like talk to the sensei. Like, so when it comes to wearing a mouth guard, and I don't want to just like, and then I thought of the funniest thing about being punched in the face and having my teeth fall out. And then people would be like, oh my God. It would just be one of those shock and awe moments. And I'm not embarrassed by it. A lot of people are like, oh, people compliment my teeth. I'm like, thanks, they're not mine. I paid a lot of money for them though. Like, periodontal disease. It's like a genetic, I have a genetic predisposition to have a very sensitive jawline to the periodontal disease. And so floss your teeth. It's really important if you want to keep your teeth. But if you have periodontal disease, get it taken care of sooner rather than later, because you'll end up with no teeth. Like, that's just floss, brush, dentist. Anyways, there's my public service announcement for the day. Thank you, everybody. Now on to the spell. That's super fun now that the dogs are barking like crazy. They're reminding me like, shh, get back to business. So the spell is a chalk color spell. It is kind of mirroring the Indian color festival where they throw the colored dust up into the air everywhere to celebrate new life and spring and that energy. So at our house, we take last year's sidewalk chalk and we just grind it up. I kind of keep some of the color separate so it doesn't just end up brown. The kids add glitter to it, and they call it pixie dust. So they make pixie dust. They just blow it everywhere. It can make a very big mess. So I recommend doing this outside. Oh my God, these dogs. I've called animal control on them. It's a problem. They don't. Okay. All right. So, grind up the chalk dust. You can add the glitter if you like. It's fun because under the full moon, when you put the glitter up into the air, it does catch the light of the moon, so it makes it a little more magical. You can add some herbs, some divination herbs. So you could do like the wormwood or the only herb that I can come to my brain right this second is belladonna and henbane, and they're both poisonous. I guess, okay, so I have to come with a public service announcement. So there are quite a few of the magical herbs for divination and psychic work, connecting with the divine, and they're poisonous, and so you have to work with them with caution. In some areas, they're even illegal. It's illegal to grow belladonna in Colorado. It does grow wild all over the place. Jimson weed or Jamestown weed or moonflower, if you see it at the store, also same thing. It is a similar genus of plant. It's great for doing divination magic, lunar magic, so it would be a great addition for this spell. Just be mindful, anytime that you're grinding up an herb that's poisonous and putting it up into the air, there's a good chance that you're going to inhale it. So just be mindful of that, especially if you're working with your kids. So I would stick with the less toxic ones. Like I said, mugwort is pretty good. I've got a Japanese mugwort that makes a nice pretty little bush instead of being like 3 foot tall. So that's a nice addition. It has the same smell and the same chemical properties. It's just mound instead of, wormwood in the wild. Like natural wormwood grows really tall. But again, that's a noxious weed. If you plant real wormwood, you need to be mindful because you could get in trouble. Your neighbors, I don't know who you call. The Department of Agriculture. They're planting wormwood over here. But it is illegal to plant wormwood. I don't know how they would. Not everywhere and not all kinds. So you just got to know your area and what's on the list of noxious weeds. I imagine there's some kind of fine that you get from the Department of Agriculture or the farming police. I don't know what they're called. Anyways, so just be mindful when you're grinding up herbs. Know whether or not it's poisonous, and if you're going to be inhaling it, even a lot of the smoke, like belladonna smoke, henbane smoke, now I can't think of it off the top of my head, but there's a bunch of them that are toxic if you inhale the smoke also. So it can cause the same kind of reactions in your body. So be mindful of that. Grind up your herbs. A safe one is like cinquefoil is great for wishes. There's a lot. Anyways, grind up your herbs, grind up your chalk, add a little glitter, cast your circle, call corners, do your thing, however you set up your magical space. And then I like to put a little bit of my hands and clap and go in a circle and let it dust up into the air, and you create these plumes of colorful dust up in the air. And it's very fun. It's a mess. I would do it outside unless you're trying to like decorate a room with this or something. But in a circle, clapping and calling for the divination, calling for the inspiration, the answers, the moment, and sit down, and as the colors settle down and the dust clears and the fog clears and you go into your meditative state, you will receive the information that you're looking for, the insight from the goddess, the energies from Libra, whatever it is that has something to say to you will share it with you. And again, this also I feel like attracts the fairies and other youthful spirits just in general, and so you can also communicate with them. Fairies love sparkly, colorful things, especially in the moonlight. So if you put out a little milk and honey while you're doing this, you'll probably also collect a few fairy friends. I'm a big fairy practitioner, so if you have any questions about fairies, just let me know. All right, now that I'm absolutely freezing, I just wanted to say many blessings to all of you, and I hope that this full moon brings you the inspiration and the motivation that you need in order to make the changes that need to be made, in order for you to be the best person that you can possibly be and find that happiness and success that you deserve. So, many blessings to all of you. I hope you have a fantastic day. Don't forget, like and subscribe and comment and do all of those great things. And I know that last month I got some new subscribers, so I really thank you all for subscribing. And let me know if you have any questions or anything. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram, and